rest of my belongings in my classroom. And for the first time in July, not 2 days before school opened, the classes were clean. You could enter them. The grass was cut. I had to look twice to see if I was in the right place. And the men were having their lunch, and I thought there was a new janitor, and it happened to be the head of maintenance director. And he was right there leading them. It's been a long time that we haven't had that type of community. I think the last one was Mr. Bork, his brother. So in that aspect, there's been a real improvement. But I'm going to say this now, nothing's getting cheaper. Improvements have to be made. And for those who live in town, I would like for you to know that everything's going up. Look at purchases, look at your home being fixed. And unless we make a commitment to keep this facility and provide materials needed for our teachers, we won't go on, continue going uphill. And there are people living in town that must have noticed it. Things are being done that, well, we can go back. Can't believe it. So that's a plus. You have my support. I think you're really putting everything out on the table where it was not done before. Like having your little box and you put in some cash and you don't tell anybody, and then you almost leave poverty. At least that's what I did when I spoke to my mother. You have my support, but the one thing I think we all want, and that's everything on the table at all times. We haven't had it in the past. And we need it in the present and for the future.
Thank you, Councilman. And obviously, if anybody needs anything, any information, you heard something, pick up the phone and call in. Let's see, have a question.
Rather than going line by line at this point, there was something in the budget, a 47% increase on the busing. Am I wrong?
I mean, Lisa, I don't think that could be possible. Our busing contract stayed the same as last year. I know that there are monitors now on the buses, but I don't think it increased that much.
If I'm looking at the school budget.
Lisa, can you come up here, please?
What's your name?
No, come over.
Can you come over to the microphone? Maybe she can't hear you. We can't hear your microphone. Yeah, I thought we were doing.
So if you look at the in-district transportation, we're contracting this year for bus monitors. We previously budgeted for bus monitors in our salaries and benefits, and that was taken out and moved to the contracting services.
Does that include cameras for the buses?
That's good.
That was, well, a year or so ago, we were told this was going to happen.
Actually, that's
they haven't been.
that's self-funded. That's self-funded. There's no money. That's not going to cost the town any money.
Well, it's been a year now. Let me tell you, I went down on it. It's good.
That's before the committee right now.
Yeah.
School committee, yeah.
Mrs. Zalinski has a question.
So, good catch, thank you. Hopefully it's costing equal and all that. Costing equal, bus monitor.
I think it was about 20,000 more, but when you factor in the advertising and the man hours involved, I think we'll have more control over the monitors and who's on the bus, rather than just taking anyone that applies. I know it's a very difficult position to fill, so we'll have more control.
Zelinski had a question.
Jim, thank you for getting back to me on those numbers, because that fund balance was always questioned. We had 3
Right.
years, of roughly $1 million, or a little more than $1 million in 3 years. So sometimes that factored into why the level of funding was given. Plus, there was differences in what the state contributed as well during the time period. So if I may,
Absolutely.
George, you want to read your email to me to kind of let the folks know that the school department and school committee is working on using those fund balances. Do you want to read it? I mean, Joe Worker.
Okay, so right now, Councilman Zelinski did email me and ask me what's going on with the surplus. So as I mentioned, we're using 100% of that, although we will get reimbursed 35, 36%, somewhere in that range. But we have the science room at the high school, 1.3 million. Another science room at the high school, 1.2 million. Locker rooms of 592,000, and the replacement windows of 356,000. So these are all, we're using all the surplus for capital improvements.
Mr. Lombardi, would you be opposed if I asked anybody in the audience if they had any questions for him?
Sure.
Anybody have any questions, Mr. Lombardi?
Those numbers? Just clarification on those numbers. Did you say 1.3 for one science lab?
1.3
and 1.2 for another? So $2.5 million for 2 science labs?
If I may ask the superintendent, he gave me those numbers. So I'll explain.
The science labs are broken down into 2 phases. There's the set of 3 labs right across from the library. That's phase 1. That's the 1.3 million. Then around the wing, the other hallway, there are 4 science labs. They're going to be consolidated into 3 larger labs. That's the more expensive part of it. So we're going to use the reimbursements from the first phase to help fund the second phase. The reimbursements from the second phase to help fund the locker rooms, and we just keep getting reimbursements and reinvesting the money along the way.
I think that might be addressing a question of somebody saying we had X amount of dollars, we've already overspent that, but the reimbursement is going to offset that. It's going to be a continuing offset, right? At least contributing to an offset.
Right.
And unfortunately, we may have to cut back a little bit. We'll have to make the numbers work.
Jim, when you reconciled your budget last year, you added $295,000 to the turnover allowance. You increased the amount that you anticipated savings through retirements and resignations. What's in your budget this year for turnover allowance? Because it looked to me like you were budgeting $150,000.
I believe it's 100.
Okay, so if you increased it last year when you reconciled your budget to almost, it was over $300,000 total, wasn't it, Lisa? Because you already had a number in there, or? I'm just wondering, did
Let's
you?
assume you're correct.
So if you felt comfortable going with $300,000 last year, and turnover allowance, for those who don't understand, is that you reduce your salary account by that much, anticipating savings through retirements, resignations, and leave of absences. So if you reconciled last year's budget by increasing it by $300,000, why are you only allowing for $150,000 in turnover this year? Is there, what's the answer to that?
So, first of all, Lisa wanted to kill me to put in $150,000, but I did want to make sure that we had some money put aside for the teachers' union contract, and I wanted to be, again, open and transparent. That number can move one way or the other, but remember last year what we did. We had early retirement incentives. So we had some turnovers from there. So teachers who were at a higher salary came in at a lower salary, and we were able to make up some numbers there. So if you're saying 70,000 and now we're, I don't know, $50,000 off, yeah, we really can't budget another $50,000 in that area. That number can go, is up in the air. Somebody may get pregnant and be out, and then, okay, we'll make the 50,000, but if somebody's not out, I don't know if we can really budget for it.
Anyone else?
Somebody in the back.
I'm sorry, you can come up? Yeah, we just, so everybody can hear you.
A charter school question. The line amount for how much we are sending to charter schools and or the amount of students that we're sending out of district to charter schools, please.
So I don't have that off the top of my head, but
According like per student, how much we allocate.
That's, I'm very interested.
so. All right, you want to, so let me, I'll get to the exact number, but let me just say this. So we're projecting 12 new enrollments, which is $101,000. The prior year was 20 new enrollments, so let's say we have 32 people there. I know that didn't answer your question fully, but unfortunately, there's a problem that it is going to increase, I think, in our district, which is charter schools and CTEs. So if we have a CTE, if we have a student, if a high school isn't performing at a high level, a student can choose, or any level, a student can choose to go to a CTE school. And we have to pay for 100% of the tuition in that school.
All right.
For a charter school.
Maybe the superintendent can address this. In a charter school, I think there's approximately, at the charter school, 300 students. They have a superintendent, they have a principal, they have an assistant principal, all being paid as if it was a full-blown school. And I would like to know who's checking on their credentials. Because, and it's not a private school, that's a state school. There's no accountability for charter schools. I've had phone calls from non-teachers associated. They can't find teaching credentials. They can't find certifications. So where is the justice there? If we pay so much a student, guess what? They should get the same thing. And how do we fight it? Because I'll be first in line.
This year, we have about 60 students that are attending charter or vocational schools for whom we're paying tuitions. So roughly around 600,000 or so. Next year, we're anticipating 67 to 70 students that we will be paying tuitions. So that's going to go up another $100,000. Year prior, I think we were at 57 students. Year before that, around 47 students. So over the past 3-4 years, every year, we've been paying an extra $100,000 or so a year for students attending other schools. Right now, the other schools are beyond Woonsocket Career and Tech and Beacon and the traditional charter schools. We're also starting to look at district high schools, public high schools, with the CTE programs. So right now, what we're facing here in North Smithfield is what districts are facing across the state. It's a sort of a wild west of programs and tuitions out there. Now, we've done things at a regional level. We've achieved some cooperation with Lincoln, Smithfield, Burrillville, and now Cumberland, so that we charge a flat amount if any of our students attend any of our other high schools, which is a good thing because Lincoln has a $60 million high school facility coming online in a couple of years. So we have a partnership, we have a flat agreement, flat rate agreement. So, but really, it is about competition. We do not offer trades at the high school. So we do have students who need to go to Woonsocket Career and Tech.
No,
That is the best place for them.
I can absolutely understand.
We have a lot of students who choose to go to Beacon School or Jackie Wolf School of the Arts because a lot of them for social reasons too. It's the arts community and there are social reasons that students choose. What we're having a hard time with under these sort of non-rules is that any student can go to any program for any reason. So for example, we have an award-winning music program. There's no question we have one of the best music programs in the state. However, if a student decides to go to Common-Gansett for their music program, we can't say no. We can't tell the parent no. But we still have to pay the $14,000, $15,000 to $18,000 tuition.
No, I don't understand. I thought, okay, Bob, maybe you can help clarify this. I thought a child could go to another school if we could not provide for the needs.
No.
I didn't think it was a touchy-feely thing. Well, my friends are going there and I'm lucky enough to be there. To me, if we're paying so much for a student here, that's what they should get to go anywhere else, like a voucher system.
Right, but that's not what that's not the rules of engagement that the Department of Ed has put out. It is it's the marketplace. You vote with your feet in your wallet. Unfortunately, the wallet is our taxpayers. So we do have our own CTEs coming online to offset some of the monies that we're sending out.
Well, maybe our representatives should be doing a little more to protect our schools and represent the taxpayers of this, because it's hurting our programs tremendously as far as I'm concerned. Monetarily.
So, answer the question. All right, so
Can you just repeat the question, what you asked, or what?
you asked me what's the total cost of charter schools, and I'm going to add vocational because I don't have the separation, and how many students go there. I believe there's 60 enrollments, and we're going to add 12 this year. And the cost is projected at $731,700. So that comes right out of our school district, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
No, hold on one second, Mr. Blizzard.
I remember reading in the paper last year.
Yeah.
Sure. I remember reading in the paper last April when the school department had the consultants report, there was a big headline, $100 million in capital projects needed for most Smithfield schools. I don't recall ever seeing a concession stand at the field house at the football field in the 5-year capital plan in prior years, like 5 years back. How did the school committee actually vote to prioritize that $100 million of projects and put the field house concession stand first of the $100 million of projects that you had in that report? Well, how did that get up to the top of the list, I guess is what my question is.
I spoke to the journalist at the time who wrote that article. There was never $100 million. We were uncertain where that figure ever came from. That may be if we took the Jacobs report and we figured the engineering report and figured replacing every building. But that was never a real viable number. Now, the field house, that wasn't prioritized and put above everything else. That's actually a side project trying to find Champlain and other grants to pay for it. That was nothing that was in our budget to include. That's also the field house. Anything outside of the athletic field is not right reimbursable. So our focus is on those projects that the Department of Ed will reimburse us. Anything outside of that, it's looking for other funds. There are some business leaders and other folks from town who are looking at adding a concession stand and sanitary facility